Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. I want to show you a product today called Shine Armour. It's a waterless wash, shine and protect. This stuff goes against everything I've been kind of taught in the motor trade. I started in the trade 50 years ago, cleaning cars for a garage down the road, and I'm here 50 years later, been in the motor trade all my life. The first thing I was taught was to make sure you rinse a car off first, get all the grit off it. So this waterless cleaner and polish, as I say, it does go against the grain. It reminds me of a few years ago, a friend of mine got sacked from the garage he was selling cars at. Great lad to go out with, great wingman. Unfortunately, at work, he was useless and very, very lazy. He came here and asked me if I'd give him a job until he could find another, which I did. And one day I was going out to see a customer, and I knew that if I didn't give him a task, he'd just sit in the office and watch telly and do nothing. I'd be paying him for doing nothing, which again goes against the grain. So I asked him to wash the cars. Now, normally I did it. And as I say, the first thing I've been taught is rinse the cars off, get all the grit off, because if you don't, it gets in the sponge and basically it turns your sponge into sandpaper, and you're just taking the shine off your car, which is no good whatsoever. So, like I say, this. Anyway, cut a long story short, he washed my cars. I came back from seeing the customer. He was sat in the office drinking coffee and watching TV. My cars, I've never seen such a mess in all my life. It basically splashed them with water with a hose pipe and then just squeegeed them off, not washed them, not got the sponge out, not got the grit off properly. It was 15 cars, they all needed buffing. One of them virtually needed respraying. It was the cleanest black MR2 you've ever seen. And honestly, I thought it was going to have a full respray. We managed to buff all the scratches out, but ever since then, I'd be the first person to drum into somebody, get all the grit off first. Now, before I do this, on my Range Rover, I looked up how waterless cleaner, waxer works. And it says it's got a product in it with high lubricity, which I then had to Google, because up until that moment, I'd never heard of the word lubricity. And really speaking, it's doing the same as oil does in your engine. It keeps the parts apart. It puts a layer in between it. So when you spray this on, it lifts the grit up. This is how I understand it. It lifts the grit up, and then you wipe it off. Now, again, 2 rags. I probably shouldn't have put that down on the grit, but there you go. So 2 rags. The first one, you're supposed to wet. Good job I remembered that. I have read the instructions, and that's very unlike me. So we'll wet the face of the rag and give it a good soak in here, and then do a section of the car. Now, you're using the rag to wipe the dirt off, so don't be pressing on, because if you press on, you're pressing the grit in. This lubricity product is not going to be doing its job. So you need to wipe it off. I'll start at the back, because we're going to be going forward, and I'll wipe the stuff there. So here we go. I'll just do this bit. And the other thing is, here we go. So like I said, we're just wiping the stuff off with a rag that's already wet. And I've been using this car for a week since it was polished. I probably won't do the test that they do give you talking points, but I probably won't do that, because this car has already had a 3-stage wax. And honestly, I've got to say, I am impressed with that. It's come off really easy. Hopefully you can see anyway, by my setup, I don't do things by half. If I'm going to do something, I do it properly. So I'm not going to lie. Here we go, just wiping this off. In my experience in the motor trade, over the years, a product can't do 3 things very, very well. That's why Lance, our detailer, has equipment and waxes and all sorts of stuff from all different manufacturers, because he tries them and he ends up with there's a rack over there with the best of each product. Now, as I really I did some close-up shots before. There was some bird crap on the other side of the bonnet. That can really damage your paint. It eats into the paint and cracks it. And I sprayed this stuff on and it just lifted it off and just wiped off. And it's really hard to get off. I mean, honestly, I've got to say, I'm going to sound a bit like a shopping channel here, but that is fantastic. Where we are in Preston, it rains a lot. However, when we do get sunny days, which isn't very often, we usually end up with a drought warning and also a hosepipe ban. So that's really bad for us. You can imagine if you come to see a car and it's filthy, then you only get one chance to create a good first impression. You come and see a car and it's filthy like this, it's disgusting, really. It's rained for 2 weeks. We have a hosepipe ban, you can't wash the car, but with this, and the other thing, I'm going off at a tangent here, so you can clean it with this, and look how quick it is to clean. It's quicker than getting the hosepipe out, which is in here somewhere, was in here somewhere. I can't even find the damn thing. So our hosepipe is on a reel. You've got to connect it to the tap over there. In winter, the hosepipe's usually frozen and the tap's usually frozen. Then when you've washed the cars, it turns the forecourt into an ice rink. You have to wash and leather them off. You leather one car off, wash the car next to it, and then it's covered in water again, so you have to leather it off again. It's so time consuming, and you've got to, when you wash your car, it uses between 20 and 50 gallons of water. Now, where has this product been all my life? I used to, when I was cleaning cars, 45 cars I used to clean of a Saturday, and also used to do the showroom. And in the showroom, I'll just show you. In the showroom, we used to have one of these. As soon as you turn the heater on, the dust would swirl up in the showroom, all over the cars, and we'd have to get them off with one of these or a duster. Now, I'm not even going to do that, because what happens is that the stuff from this mop ends up on the bonnet, and then the dust sticks even harder to the car. So this would have been fantastic. Anybody who's got a showroom, when you wash cars outside, and I suppose I better do it all now, otherwise it's going to look silly. Or should I? I'll tell you what I'll do. When you wash your car outside. Water gets all on the discs and the car ends up looking, the discs go rusty. They start going rusty in about 20 minutes and the car looks like it's been there forever. Also, in extreme cases, if you have a car, say it takes, I don't know, on average about 8 weeks to sell a car. So it's there for 8 weeks, it's probably washed about 12 times, the discs go rusty. In extreme cases, you've got to replace the disc, which is a fortune, absolute fortune. With this, you can do wheels. I'll have to get a new rag now. It's not going to do it any good. I'll scratch my car. So, with this polish, you can just polish the wheels, get the brake dust off. The discs don't get wet through, the car doesn't get wet through. In winter, you wash the cars, water goes between the doors and the rubbers, and in the door handle. You can't open the car next time you come to it. Whereas, again, in winter, you can just wipe this off. I'm assuming it doesn't freeze, or it'll freeze at a lower temperature. So I am really pleased with that finish. It looks beautiful. I'm just wondering whether I should. Let's just see. I thought that was a bit cheesy when I've seen other people do, but it is really. Is this gonna? There you go. Cheesy, but a good test. I'm going to show you some other things. I'll just finish doing this, but I'm going to show you some other things that I thought of. When you wash the thing, if you wax it with normal wax, it takes ages. You've got to be very careful that you don't get it on the rubber trims or, you know, on the door seals, because it dries white. It looks horrible. Also, if there's any chips on the car and you use normal wax, it dries white in the chips after a couple of days, and it draws attention to all the chips. Whereas this is like a kind of a see-through liquid. You see there where it's running. It takes ages to get to the bit where I've polished, and then as soon as you get to the bit where it's polished, it slides off. The slide test works as well. That's really good. I'm just going to remove this and basically finish. Actually, just see if I can see that there. Because that, again, let's just see if that. There you go. That's just wiped off. Now they say you've got to get the haze off. That is absolutely brilliant. The other thing is, of course, using this stuff, whenever you wash cars, you get absolutely soaked. Your feet get soaked, your pants are soaked. So John and myself, Lance cleans all the cars. But if Lance isn't here and somebody rings up to say they're on the way to see a car and it's dirty, now Lance has thousands of pounds worth of equipment, of valeting equipment. And rightly so, he doesn't trust John and myself to use it. We can just go to a car, whatever car, we can just go to and use this. And it's just not going to look any better. That is just, I'm actually doing that wrong as well, and I know myself I'm doing it wrong. I should be doing it in straight, like kind of swipes. when you swirl around that, that's not so good. Now, a shiny car shines because light reflects off it at the angle it hits it. So if you're looking at it, the light coming back to you, it appears shiny. A dull car is dull usually because it's got thousands of little scratches on it, and the little scratches deflect the light to a different angle, therefore it doesn't appear shiny. But that is just, it's just beautiful. It's just really, that's a really, really good shine. Saved the game.